Sometimes, the greatest obstacle to your success isn't a stranger. It's the familiar face you trust the most.
What if I told you the biggest threat in your life doesn't wear a mask or wield a weapon? It wears a smile, not the fake kind. Worse, the smile that claps when you win, while secretly grieving your growth. This isn't paranoia. This is spiritual pattern recognition. Because when you begin to rise, when your purpose starts to shine, certain people don't cheer, they flinch. And you feel it, don't you? That strange fatigue around them, the way your clarity gets clouded, the way your motivation vanishes after one harmless conversation. It's not you, it's them, feeding on your light. You're not imagining it. You're being siphoned. And this is not a warning. This is a wake-up call. What if the idea of loyalty you've trusted your whole life was never real? Think about it. We're told loyalty comes from time, from blood, from shared struggle. But what if none of those things truly guarantee it? Because here's the hidden truth. Loyalty ends where your growth begins to threaten someone else's comfort. You see it all the time. Two people rise together until one of them starts rising faster. And suddenly the energy shifts. The praise turns passive-aggressive. The jokes get sharp. The room grows colder, though the words stay warm. This isn't random. It's a pattern. Your elevation becomes their agitation, not because they're evil, but because they see in you what they abandoned in themselves. You've become a mirror, and what they see in that mirror is everything they're not. Your success awakens their shadow, the unlived dreams, the suppressed desires, the wasted time. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the parts of ourselves we bury, but never fully kill. Instead, we project them onto you. So when you start glowing, they start throwing shade. Not always with words. Sometimes it's just a shift in the room, an awkward pause, a fake smile, a celebration that feels more like a funeral. It's subtle, but your body catches it. You leave the interaction drained. Not because you gave too much, but because they took too much. Here's what no one tells you. Loyalty isn't defined by history. It's defined by your evolution. If your light makes someone flinch, if your healing makes someone disappear, if your rise makes someone resentful, they were never aligned with you. Only with the version of you that stayed small. So ask yourself, who gets uncomfortable when you start growing? Who disappears when you no longer need saving? Who forgets to support you when it matters most? The answers will shatter your illusions and set you free. Have you ever felt it? That eerie moment when someone close says all the right words, but something in your gut clenches like a fist. It's because they're smiling with their mouth, but frowning with their energy. And your body picks it up before your brain ever does. Because energy is the original language, long before words were invented. Carl Jung called it projection, when someone unconsciously casts the parts of themselves they can't face onto someone else. So when they see your ambition, it triggers their apathy. When they witness your courage, it awakens their cowardice. When your success walks into the room, their shadow steps forward. And suddenly, you're not just you anymore. You've become a mirror, a reflection of everything they buried. So they lash out, not always with fists, but with subtle sabotage. The backhanded compliment that confuses more than uplifts. The just kidding jokes that sting too deeply to be funny. The silence that follows your wins. They're not attacking you. They're attacking what you represent. And still, your spirit absorbs the hit. This is how hidden enemies operate. They smile in your face while their shadow resents your light. They offer advice, that sounds helpful, but feels heavy. They clap when you rise, but never with both hands. You start second-guessing yourself. You shrink a little each time you share good news. You dim your light, not out of fear, but out of fatigue. But you need to hear this. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Your glow is not their mirror to smash. Here's the key. They're not aware they're doing it. That's what makes it dangerous. This isn't malice. This is unhealed pain. Pain that got tired of hiding, so it dressed itself as support. And now it lives in your circle, wearing your friend's face, speaking in your sibling's voice, smiling through your colleague's teeth. You don't need to hate them, but you do need to recognize them. Because what you tolerate will keep draining you, and what you recognize, you can finally release. Have you ever left a conversation feeling like you ran a marathon you never signed up for? Like something invisible hooked itself into your chest and drained the fire right out of you? That's not normal exhaustion. That's energetic theft. That's an energy parasite at work. Energy parasites don't steal your money. They steal something far more valuable, your vitality. They aren't fueled by food or ambition. They survive by provoking reactions. Your joy, your anger, your sadness, your confusion. Every emotional surge you experience around them feeds them, and they are hungry. Here's the twisted part. Most of them don't even know they're doing it. It's unconscious. They've learned, through trauma, through survival, to pull energy from others because they forgot how to generate their own. So they stir drama. They trigger guilt. They manufacture chaos, not because they hate you, but because they need you. They need your emotional fuel to survive. You can recognize them by their patterns. They bring the storm wherever they go, problems, crises, constant drama. They love to play the victim, always needing you to save them again. They gossip to bond, pulling you into low-vibration conversations. They joke at your expense, leaving you feeling small, not seen. And every time you react, you bleed energy. Every time you explain yourself, you bleed energy. Every time you fix their problem, you bleed energy. Until one day you wake up and wonder why you're too tired to chase your own dreams. But here's the hard truth. They're not the problem. Your unconscious permission is. Because your light attracts moths too. Not just other flames, your healing journey is a signal flare. And some will come to heal, but others will come to feed. You can love people. You can pray for people. You can wish them healing. But you are not an emotional feeding station. The moment you recognize the pattern, the game ends. You stop feeding them with reactions. You starve their need for chaos. You reclaim your life force. You don't fight energy parasites. You outgrow them. Before your mind understands, before your heart forgives, before your mouth finds the right words, your body already knows. It's always known. That knot in your stomach when you sit next to them, that tightness in your throat when they speak, that heaviness in your chest after you leave, those aren't random sensations. They're ancient alarms, sophisticated biological signals honed over millions of years to protect you. Long before language, long before logic, your nervous system is built to detect subtle threats, even when your mind is too polite, too hopeful, too blind to see. Modern society taught you to ignore it. Don't be rude. Give them another chance. Maybe you're overreacting. No, you're not overreacting. You're overhearing. You're overhearing the energy behind their words. You're overhearing their resentment, their envy, their hidden sabotage. Even when their mouth says, "I'm so happy for you." Because energy doesn't lie. Only humans do. There's a biological reason for this. Your vagus nerve, the longest nerve in your body, connects your gut to your brain. It's why intuition is called a gut feeling. It's not superstition. It's not anxiety. It's evolution screaming, "Pay attention." Here's the breakdown. Sudden nausea when someone enters a room. Your intuition is flagging energetic danger. Chest tightening after a seemingly friendly conversation. Your heart knows the love wasn't real. Feeling drained only around certain people? Your spirit recognizes silent warfare long before your mind catches up. Listen to your body. It's not just reacting to emotions, it's reading vibrations, it's scanning energetic frequencies, it's decoding reality beneath the words. And here's the critical difference. General anxiety floats everywhere. You feel it in safe rooms and dangerous ones alike. But true energetic warning is precise. It activates in specific rooms, specific people, specific conversations. The feeling doesn't last all day. It spikes like a flare when you're near the threat. Then it fades once you're free. Trust that. Trust that flare. Your body was built to survive what your mind hasn't even named yet. You don't need more evidence. You already have it, written in your skin, your breath, your pulse. The only question is, will you keep ignoring it, or will you finally listen? If energy vampires are real, then so are spiritual shields. And here's the secret. Ancient civilizations knew how to build them. Long before psychology, long before therapy. They weren't just praying, they were protecting. Not with fear, but with frequency. From Egypt to the Himalayas, from Vedic mystics to native shamans, they all discovered the same truth. You are not defenseless. You've just been taught to forget. Let's bring it back. 1. The mirror shield. Next time someone tries to provoke you, don't react. Don't explain. Don't flinch. Instead, become a mirror. Visualize their energy bouncing off you like light off glass. Silent, still, untouched. They'll feel it, because suddenly they're holding their own negativity, and it burns. Silence is not weakness. Silence is return to sender. 2. The energy anchor. Before entering any emotionally charged space, plant your feet. Breathe deep. Visualize roots shooting into the earth from your souls. Say it out loud if you must. My energy is my own. No one can take it from me. This isn't fantasy. This is grounding. And grounded energy is immovable. 3. Quantum field control. Energy parasites feed off chaos. So speak slowly. Move intentionally. Stay calm in the face of emotional bait. Before you walk into any room, imagine a force field around your body. Not walls of fear, but boundaries of clarity. You're not building a prison. You're building a sanctuary. 4. Frequency tuning. 432. Hertz, the frequency of harmony, alignment, healing. Play it in your home, in your car. Let it reset your field. Words are spells. Music is medicine. Even your own voice can protect you. Speak in a slower, lower tone. It calms your field and makes manipulation harder to land. 5. The fire burn ritual. Write the name of someone draining you, or a pattern you're done carrying. Then burn it, safely. Watch the smoke rise. Visualize the energetic cord disintegrating. Fire doesn't just destroy, it liberates. 6. The water reflection ritual. Still water, a bowl, your gaze. Look into it. Visualize all the toxic energy you've absorbed, leaving your body and entering the water. When you're done, pour it into the earth. Let it return where it belongs. This is sacred, not superstition. These techniques aren't tricks. They're tools. They're not rituals for the woo-woo. They're ancient technology, hacked from forgotten temples, encoded in vibration. You don't need to beg for protection anymore. You carry the power of every healer who came before you. You just have to remember, protection is only the beginning, because at some point, you get tired of blocking what you don't want, and you start creating what you do. That's where your true power begins. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your reality is programmable. Your mind isn't a fixed machine. It's a dynamic operating system. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you repeat is coding your frequency. And that frequency? It tells the universe what to send next. Here's the part that hurts. Before it heals. Some of the energy vampires in your life didn't find you. They were drawn to you by a signal you didn't know you were broadcasting. Not your fault. But now, it is your responsibility. Because when you carry unhealed wounds, those wounds send out frequencies like a distress beacon, and predators know the sound. But guess what? You can shut that signal off. You can change the broadcast. Here's how. Step 1, radical self-awareness. This is more than just being present. It's watching your thoughts without judgment, tracking your reactions like a detective. Every trigger you feel, it's a flashlight pointing to an old wound. Every emotional flare-up, it's a chance to decode the blueprint behind your suffering. Awareness breaks the trance. Step 2, trace the trigger. That sudden anger, that fear, that shame. Ask, where is this coming from? Who made you feel this way the first time? Trace it back to childhood, to past betrayal, to the belief that was born there. And once you find it, feel it, then free it. Because buried pain becomes magnetized pain, and unhealed trauma attracts more of itself. Step 3, emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold, it means becoming deliberate. Every emotional reaction is an investment, so stop paying attention to what drains your account. When someone tries to provoke you, don't respond immediately. Observe, breathe, choose. Because when you choose how to respond, you reclaim your power. And when you stay neutral, they lose access to your energy supply. Step 4, rewire with precision affirmations, not fluffy phrases. Targeted programming designed to rewrite the subconscious. If your wound said, "I'm not safe," your affirmation is, "I am protected. My peace is my power." If your wound said, "I'm not enough," you affirm, "I embody infinite worth." Say it daily. Say it like a ritual, because repetition rewires reality. And over time, you'll stop attracting parasites, because you're no longer vibrating on the same frequency. Quantum physics calls it the observer effect. What you focus on changes. So stop being the victim of your own unconscious programming. Start being the conscious author of your frequency. Reprogram your mind, redesign your energy, and watch your entire reality recalibrate. When you do this right, you don't just block toxic people. You become invisible to them. Because the old version of you, the one who tolerated the sabotage, shrunk around others, gave away your light for breadcrumbs, that version no longer exists. And energy vampires, they can't find what no longer lives. Now let's rewrite the story they tried to program you with. You weren't cursed. You weren't weak. You weren't naive. You were being prepared. Every betrayal was a lesson in discernment. Every parasite, a test in sovereignty. Every energy thief, an invitation to reclaim what was always yours. They didn't break you. They revealed you. They cracked open the surface to show you your core. And now you see the truth. You are not just surviving this world. You are recalibrating it from the inside out. Because here's the twist no one expects. The hidden enemies, they were your greatest teachers. They triggered your awakening. They tested your boundaries. They forced you to rise. You don't need revenge. You don't need approval. You don't even need closure. You just need to walk forward, unapologetically, unshakably, unreachable by the frequencies you've outgrown. You're not protecting your energy anymore. You've become the energy. You don't defend your light. You radiate it. You don't escape the battle. You transcend the battlefield. Because you were never the victim. You were the initiate. And now, your awakening isn't the end. It's the beginning.